Yeah, I'll tell you something. There's never been a time in my life, not one, where I felt like I fit into any of this. Where I felt like this world was my home. I think that's good because it forced me to think differently. It forced me to ask questions I probably would not have asked otherwise. But it's a very foreign place to me. And quite honestly, I don't like it. I don't like how stuff works here. It's all upside down, it's backwards. It's a weird thing to grow up in a culture you never ever felt like you fit into. That's why I can relate to people that feel that way for all kinds of reasons. The reason why I didn't feel like I fit in here, the reason why I didn't like it was people are corrupt. Abusive, try to destroy what they don't understand. There's a lot of ignorance. But I always loved this country. But I sure as hell don't love it the way it is now. I still love people. But I hate what this world does to people. And it's probably why I'm so outspoken on what I think about things, because I know I'll never fit into this, you know? So, and I'm not out to be a billionaire or impress everybody. All I wanted to do my whole life is just make a difference in people's lives. I've always been a big thinker. People always told me that was bad. Well, I can only be what I am. But what I find here in America is people don't believe in America. They don't believe, they've all accepted a counterfeit. A lot of them. Most people don't believe it can change. I know because they tell me that all the time. Which makes me not want to be here even more. Which makes me that much more outspoken. But yet, there's still part of me that keeps trying. Maybe that's insanity. Maybe I'm crazy. It's quite possible. I'm sure some of the people in my network think I'm off my rocker. I just don't tell them what I think about them or see in them. I see a lot more than I ever realized I could see. And I see a lot in others that I wished I didn't know. In some ways. And it's what drives my frustration sometimes. Yeah. somebody earlier today, I look forward to the day I leave this planet. I die, because I don't die. I just shed this thing. And that makes people think that I'm suicidal or something like that. I'm not. I just don't fit into any of this mess. Never have. I don't like it. I try to make a difference. But I can't force things on people that don't want to do anything. So I just soon leave. And now they've made it a fucking prison state with COVID. And everybody's living in fear. You know? I really don't want to be here. Because everything I'm configured to do, no one wants to do. They're too afraid. They're too afraid to let go. So I'll often ask God to just take me home. Or find some way to use me while I'm here, so there's a point to this. And I like when I work on overnights like I've been doing recently. You know, I can process stuff, process things, think through stuff. And sometimes I just want to be real with stuff. People don't want to, they can't handle it. It's what happens when you live in a synthetic world, in a synthetic society, where people have taken on synthetic traits. And they live by fear, and they're afraid of what others think. You know, everybody's out to get something. They think money or power or control will make them happy. Nothing makes you happy here. We're the most unhappy country on earth. Except maybe North Korea. You know, we're restless. You know? Yeah, that's been the story of my life. Trying to figure out what the point of it is. Dealing with the left, dealing with the right, ever since I was born. I'm sick of it. So if I get pissed off, I'm just saying what a lot of you wished you could say, but you're afraid to say because you're worried that you might lose your paychecks, your reputations, you know, people won't like you. I'm disconnected from this world. To me, it's a shadow. The only thing that's real is friendships, relationships with people. That's what's real. My relationship with God, that's real. Everything here tries to separate you from all those things that are real. That's why I can't stand it. That's why you don't hear me say things like this is the greatest nation on earth. I don't believe any of the nations are greatest. I believe they're all full of shit. They all have their pluses and their minuses. Everything here is temporary. Temporary doesn't do much for me. I suppose if I had children, I'd think differently. I try to put myself in the shoes of those who do and try to look out for others. But it's not the same, you know. And yeah, I don't know what to say. I grew up being told there's a reason for everything under the sun. God's in control. I believe that. I believe he's still sovereign over all this. If it wasn't for God, there'd be no meaning here, you know. But one of the things that really drives me over the edge sometimes, and I explode, is to see the foolishness of pride and arrogance and the effects of it. If I don't tolerate it in my own life, it's very difficult to tolerate it in others. Other than, you know, I see what made them that way a lot of times, and that's what I try to focus on. I see goodness in people, potential goodness in people. But I also see how evil we can all be. So I have to fight to keep my childlikeness, because everything here tries to poison you and take it away. Tries to beat you down, pressure you. Reroute it into childishness. When I look at our leadership, I see a bunch of childishness. And it's very difficult, even though I pray for leadership, it's very difficult for me to have any respect for them. Beyond what I know they have to deal with. And there's no answers here other than God giving you answers and putting things into context, you know. Try to look at the beautiful things, and that's difficult during COVID when everybody's under these stupid fucking regulations, you know. I hate it. You know, when all this is over and everything is revealed, there's going to be a lot of shocked people. Especially when they have to see some of the things I've been seeing. Oh no. It's hard to stay positive in such a negative, toxic environment. One day it'll end. One day I'll die. If the Lord doesn't come and take me home before that. But I have to tell you, I look forward to it. I do. Because I've never fit into this mess down here. And I don't see how anybody really can without accepting a lie or having to play along. And I don't play along very well. Never have. I wish I had more substance to say, but I really don't. Maybe when the snow comes tomorrow, I'll find my childlikeness again and do, snow angels or something in the parking lot. But I don't know. I'm grateful for my friends, my family, opportunities I have to try to make a difference in others' lives. And I wrestle with my disdain for idiocy, or ignorance, or bad leadership. I'd like to tell you that the video I did yesterday, I was lying. I wasn't. I told you exactly how I feel about stuff and what I think. What are you gonna do? Shoot me? Crucify me? You've been killing us for thousands of years. You'd free me. I'd thank you. Because I really don't like your world. Your world system. I like what it could be. Your corrupt OS that ran it wasn't, was removed. A lot of things that God shows me, a lot of things He doesn't. What I can tell you is the more I know, the less I know. And the more I have to trust Him. And I know how stupid that sounds to most people in this country since there's so little faith here. There's a lot of religion, though. Even the people that aren't religious are religious in America. But it pains me to see people that say they know the Lord and love God destroy one another, plunder one another. I don't even want to get into it, although I get pissed again. I just don't have the tolerance anymore. I don't have any tolerance for it. I don't have any tolerance for the confusion. If you guys stop spending so much damn time trying to find Satan, you'd find him in the mirror every morning in your own flesh. And once you saw that, then things would change. Spent less time trying to figure out who the Antichrist was and more time loving one another and working together. You might find that, everything's changed. I can't make you do it. I've tried for 51 years. It's sick here. I'm not talking about COVID. I don't know. I can tell you what. You'll never kill the childlikeness in me. But you may die trying. Or I may leave before you get a chance to actually finish the deal with me. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm in the wrong timeline. I feel like I'm in the wrong time in history a lot of the time. The way I think. I don't know. You figure it out, let me know. tell you what, all the stuff in the world, money, the stuff that money can buy, what power, influence, possessions, it's all dust in the wind. When I get angry, a lot of times it's out of pain. I'm tired of the pain. It vexes my soul to see what I see here every day. And see indifference, complacency, complicity, ignorance, stupidity, pride. I hate pride. Hate it. Hate it in my own life. I hate it when I see it in others. Because I know what it's doing to them and what it's doing to others around them. But it's the fuel for leadership in America and around the world now, isn't it? You see the world I view it inverted from you. I view the people that are leaders in this world, for the most part, at the bottom. Probably don't get that, do you? Probably don't understand when I tell you stuff like Psalm 2 is my life psalm. It's how I'm wired. Probably don't get that either. See, my whole life I had to go out and find answers. I had to go look myself. And I learned early on, the older one gets, the more they project their unresolved stuff in their life that builds up. Spiritual plaque on everybody else, including, youth, generations do it, It's going to be amazing. Because when the Lord finally pulls the plug on this circusry, and you have to see what I've seen my whole life, then you'll understand. And a lot of people have, to one degree or another. Most haven't. Most don't want to see it. They want to pursue their happiness into the graveyard, or drive everybody else there trying to pursue their own. No matter how hard you try, you can't take corruption and what's corrupted and turn it into not corrupt. It's got to be made anew. If America has a fatal flaw, it's the utopian kind of principle that you can rebuild paradise on earth using your own wisdom and your own works, and that you could fill a bottomless pit of your soul with temporal stuff and it work. Never does. Never does. That's why I despise what the country's become, and what it always was in some degree. It is a lie. It's a mirage. It promises you so much, but delivers so little. Now you can buy anything you want if you got money, right? That's why everybody that goes wrong, it's usually money involved. Money, sex, drugs, it's all tied up together. Go to a prison, talk to people, Look at the sense of entitlement in people today. They don't even want to work for it. I think it's owed to them. Now, you probably have a picture of who that is in your mind. But what I'm going to tell you, it's almost everybody here, including the wealthiest. Some of the wealthiest people I know are some of the most entitled people I've ever met. They're no different than the thugs a few blocks up that shoot one another. The difference is they're probably, the more wealth you have, the more you can con yourself into believing that this is real, that this will last, that it's never going to go away. But it's a lie. It's an utter lie. There's nothing here that's going to really ever suffice. We were made for so much more than temporal. What drives me is I have this fire inside me to make things better, right? To restore what was broken here. It's utterly paradoxical. That's why I get why people want to believe that you could rebuild Eden, in your own corrupt ways. I get it. I just know it won't work. So I'm torn between this fire inside me to see things change and to try to make a difference. And this hope, it's hope against hope. Yet I know that nothing here can last. It's all sandcastles. So it's perplexing. I don't know how to live in that. It's foreign to me. Because the essence of who I am as a person is eternal. So it's very difficult to think about building something that isn't of permanence, and what I've given to work with here is temporary, more temporary. You can only build temporary stuff out of temporary things. It's all temporary. So that's one of the reasons why I long for, building solid relationships, real, authentic relationships with people, because that'll last. That transcends all this. All the skills and all the other stuff I have, it's to help people here in this. But they don't even want that. You can't even get people to work together on that. So my life is a paradox of utter and total frustration mixed with a hope against hope and a desire for something that I know this place will never ever be able to grant me. And so I've tried to focus on what I can do here to make things different, has an eternal focus. And I try to calibrate my thinking in a way where maybe I can make a difference in others' lives and help them, and help the nation. But everything here is messed up. It is. I've fought my whole life against all this mess. And you want what you want. And what you want is counterfeits. And I'm just not down with that. So I have no choice but to call it out. And to call out those that push it the most and those that are leaders that create the most eternal consequences for themselves and for others by how they lead, how they perpetuate an endless, seemingly endless, because nothing's endless here. It's all going to end, hopefully sooner than later. But it's ridiculous to me. You spend your entire lives to amass shit you leave behind when you die that everybody fights over. That's insanity to me. It doesn't make sense to me. You destroy friendships, business relationships, everything. Pursuing a lie. Why? You know, I really hope sometimes, most of the time actually, that God would just take the people that are ready to go home, leave the rest of you here, so you can learn the hard way. Because that's the only way you're going to learn. Because you won't let go of it otherwise until it's pried out of your hands by your own avarice and hubris. Quite honestly. Because all this world is going to offer is more endless stupefaction. There's nothing new under the sun. It's only repackaged. That's futility. But you love your futility here. Good luck with that. I don't know. Even the fun stuff I'd like to do here, you don't want to do it. You make it meaningless for so many people here. Why? Why can't you just let people be? Do you really want to rule this rotting, dying world? For what? All you're doing is building up and massing more consequences for yourself when you trust in your own works and your own flesh. Do you not understand that? No, you don't, do you? If you did, you wouldn't do it. You'd at least ask God to give you wisdom and understanding on how to actually lead people here. But you don't care about that because it's really all about you. I get it. Yeah. You'd rather be king over a pile of shit burning hell than to give up your pride. It's your choice. It wasn't mine. And there's a day coming where that conflict between what you chose and what I am, and those that are like me, is going to be your end. And that saddens me. Saddens me more than it makes me angry. The moments when I'm angry, I'm not afraid to let you know that either. But most of the time, I'm just saddened by you. I'm perplexed by your darkness, your stupidity, your short-sightedness, your myopathy, your pride and arrogance. But I guess God had to send me here to show me. Yeah. I don't know. It'd be easier if I hated you, for sure. I don't. I hate what you do. I actually love you. If I didn't love you, it'd be a lot easier. That's what I tell myself sometimes, but I know that's not true either, because hate only leads to more complication. See, I mean, it's a paradox no matter what I do, right?